Hello everyone, it's Sandra and welcome to today's video. I thought it would be fun to do a Project Pan check-in, see where we're at, and if you are new to my channel, if you're new to Project Pan is not something I started, it's something that we've been doing in the beauty community since even before YouTube. At the beginning of every year, I basically set a little goal for myself and I choose 10 makeup products that I would like to focus on using up for the year. And I think it's a fun exercise to do, especially in a world where we are, greeted with new beauty product launches nearly every single day. There are so many brands, so many new products. I think it's fun to counteract the excitement for the new with some appreciation for the old. And I mean, we all work hard for our money. We spend our money on these beautiful products and it's nice to actually use them up. Let's check in, see where we're at. I'm also doing a little bit of a declutter towards the end of the video. So let's get started. At the beginning of the year, I wanted to focus on using up some foundations. I definitely have a foundation collecting problem, let's say. I absolutely love buying and trying new foundations. And I had 3 foundations in my Project Pan that I wanted to use up. And so far, I've used up 2 of the 3. So I'm still working through the McGrath Foundation, but I did use up the Armani Neo Nude Foundation and the Trinny Tinted Serum. And I liked both of these, but I didn't love them. I wouldn't run out and repurchase them, not because they're bad products, but just because I have products that I like more. So, if I want a skin tint, low coverage kind of look, this is a product that I would choose over these. This just works so much better for me, both in terms of color match and the way that it sits on my skin. So I love the Fenty Skin Tint, still love it, and I definitely prefer this over these. And I also recently repurchased the Chanel water tint if I want a barely there, no makeup look, something that the Trinny Serum did, but better. I prefer this. This is more sheer than this, and it just gives my skin the most beautiful, fresh glow without looking oily. This made me a bit oily throughout the day, especially in the summertime. They do have a more mattifying version of it now, but I'm good. I'm just so happy to have this back in my life. And I truly, I had it before, I used it up, and I truly, truly missed having it in my collection. It's one of my favorite complexion products ever. I use it in the shade medium, which is a good match for me in the summertime. And yeah, I'm also hearing rumors that it's going to be reformulated. One of my friends went to a Chanel beauty event in the UK, and they presented a new version of this product with more coverage, more shades too, which is great, but also more coverage. And I'm not really sure how I feel about that. I don't know if that's going to be a new product in the range standing alongside this, or they're just getting rid of this altogether and replacing it with this newer, more coverage option. The beauty of this product is that it doesn't have a lot of coverage. So I'm not sure how I feel about it. Anyway, that's why I rushed and bought a backup of this just in case. And I'm so happy to have this back in my life. The next complexion product that I have in my Project Pan, I have not used up. I'm still working through it. It's the Sisley Blur Expert Powder. It's a beautiful powder. It's such a great powder for touching up. It never looks cakey. It just really gives a beautiful, soft, focused look. I am excited to use this up though because there are other pressed powders that I'm really curious to try. Like I really want to try the Charlotte Tilbury one. I've never tried that powder and I feel like that kind of does a similar thing at a better price point. I also hear really good things about the Chantecaille blurring powder, so not sure if I will actually use this up by the end of the year, but I hope to at least hit pan on it by the end of the year. I used up the Chantecaille Liquid Lumiere in the shade Luster. This was a really beautiful highlighting blush topper. I will link a video in which I used this below if you want to see it in action. I really like this product. Took me a while to use this up. I bought this in 2019 and with cream cheek products I do like to keep a more condensed collection so that I can try to use things up to their completion. Cream products do go bad quickly. So yeah, this was great. I really enjoyed it. Am I going to run out and repurchase? No, not anytime soon. I'm really happy with the current cream / liquid luminizers in my collection, namely the Auric Glow Lust, which is great. Sometimes I mix it in with foundation, sometimes I use it just at the tops of my cheeks for a more subtle glow. And if I want a more impactful glow, I have been absolutely loving the Merit highlighting balm in the shade Bounce. This is what I'm wearing today, and this is what I reach for when I want a more impactful, fresh glow, but it still just looks really flattering. The sheen is just really natural looking and flattering. It just looks like I'm just genuinely this glowy from within. It's not like super metallic, it's not super glittery, and it doesn't emphasize my texture in an unflattering way. So I love this product. I love this product. So I'm very, very satisfied with my liquid / cream luminizer selection. The other cheek product that I used up in my project pan is the Lilah B Bronzer, and this was in my project pan for 2 years running. I was very surprised at how long this lasted. This tiny little bronzer definitely definitely lasted a lot longer than I thought it would. It was a nice bronzer, but I'm very happy to have finally used this up and I can move on to something else. So that's done. In terms of eyeshadow, I do have sad news, and the sad news is that the Project Pan eyeshadow that I had, the Burberry Pink Heather, I unfortunately was not able to finish this because it started giving me contact dermatitis on my eyelids, which is something that happens to me sometimes when an eyeshadow is just really old. I don't know what happens. Some chemical reaction happens that just starts to irritate my eyelids, and that's when I know that the eyeshadow, it's time to say goodbye. So unfortunately, I can't keep going with this. I'm going to have to toss it. But I did try my darndest to use this up. I do have an actual pan showing through. I did hit pan on it. It was a gorgeous color. And yeah, unfortunately, I can't use it up to completion. But I did give my best effort. And I had another eyeshadow in this formula that I had bought around the same time. I tossed that as well because I did not want to risk it. And I also had to say goodbye to my Anastasia Modern Renaissance palette for the same reason. It started giving me contact dermatitis, and I had to let it go. There are so many beautiful eyeshadows on the market. I'm sure I'll be fine. The last 3 products in my project pan are lip products, and I used up one of them. The other 2 I'm still working through, but I did use up the Charlotte Tilbury Matte Revolution lipstick in the shade Bond Girl. It's not even named Bond Girl anymore. It's called M.I. Kiss now, but here it is. Here's the little nub, and I was just kind of like dabbing it on every single day as the base every single day. Had this down at my little workstation on my desk. If I needed a little pick-me-up before a Zoom call or something, I could just dab it on. A really beautiful color. Not like my all-time favorite lip color or anything like that. I like the lipstick formula, but again, not one of my all-time favorites. It was a nice to have, I'm definitely more than stocked in the lipstick department, and even if I'm craving this type of lip color, I think I can achieve a very, very similar look with something like Lisa Eldridge Velvet Muse lipstick. Then I still have my Burberry gloss that I'm working through, and the Sephora Melting Lip Click in the shade Caramel. I'd say I'm about 3/4 of the way down with this lip gloss, and then I don't know how much I have left of this lip click because this is one of those products that you click up but you can't click down, so it will be a surprise when it's finally time. It's a beautiful everyday type of lip product. Unfortunately, it's a formula that's now discontinued, but I am very much enjoying it while I can. So that's the Project Pan update. We're about halfway through the product. I am going to be adding another product that I'll be trying to use up, and it's the Becca Bronzer in Capri Coast. I think it's only right. This is also, quite old, discontinued, but it still smells good, still looks really good. So I will be focusing on using this up for the rest of the year just to keep things kind of even. So we have 5 items here that I'm still going to be working on using up for the rest of the year. And in terms of a little declutter, I have some stuff that are just expired, some stuff that I'm just not really loving anymore. The first is a product that is unfortunately expired, and it's the Marc Jacobs bronzer, and it smells so bad. It used to smell like coconut, and now it smells like mothballs, kind of. It's like a very odd synthetic scent. Kind of sad because I never even got to hit pan on it, but I mean, I'm sure many of you know what this looks like by now. It's a really pretty bronzer, but you know, it's not like the most mind-blowing bronzer in the world. It's really pretty, but yeah, time to say goodbye. I also have this little Trinny London cream blush. This is in the shade Lady J, and I use this a lot like the summer I first got it, but again, it smells really bad right now. Really stale and plasticky, and cream products do go bad a lot quicker. And to be honest, I just didn't reach for this as much once I bought the Tower 28 Magic Hour blush. It's a very similar color, and I just prefer that formula. So I was just using that anytime I was in the mood for a cream blush in this color, and this kind of sat by the wayside and got forgotten. So we'll be saying goodbye to this. I am also going to be decluttering this Giorgio Armani blush in the shade Daybreak. I'm going to see if any of my friends are interested in it. It is now discontinued, but I don't need it in my collection because I do have a very similar color in the Pat McGrath Flirtatious, and I just prefer this formula and this finish just a tiny bit more. Not to say that this is a bad product, it's great. It's just I don't need both. And if I had to choose, I will choose the Pat McGrath. So hopefully this can find a better home. I'm also getting rid of this YSL shimmer stick in the shade Light Gold. This is a really beautiful highlighting stick, very impactful, very high shine. And the reason I am decluttering it is because I just prefer this so much more, and I find this so much more flattering. So if I want a high impact shine, I will choose the Merit highlighter over the YSL. The YSL just looks a bit too highlightery and unnatural, and I just don't love that look on myself. In terms of just like my everyday life and my everyday habits, even though obviously the YSL highlighter is gorgeous, I prefer the Merit, and they kind of do the same thing, you know? If these two are next to each other in my drawer, I will always just pick the Merit first because it's so much more fresh, so much more me. These two are YSL Rouge Volupte Shines, and I do really love this formula, but I just haven't been reaching for these colors in a long time, and I don't want them to just take up space in my drawer anymore. This was a really pale peachy shade, and this is just not that flattering on my lips. It's almost too pastel. And then this is the color 74. I think both of these are discontinued shades. So this is the color 74, and then this color here, this is like a mauvey pink, and this just makes my teeth look really yellow, and that's why I just never reach for it, even though, you know, the packaging is so chic and the lipstick formula is great, just not my favorite shades. And I was hanging on to them because they were, you know, YSL, they're expensive, the lip formula is great, but I think it's important when I do these declutters, I think it's important to also learn from my mistakes. And, you know, our tastes do evolve over time, our preferences evolve over time, and also our knowledge evolves over time. Like now I have a much deeper understanding of the colors and textures that I love and what looks good on me, and I'm less likely to make these mistakes going forward and just buying the wrong shade. So that's that. This is an old Armani Lip Maestro in shade 410. This is just such a pretty coral color, and this smells so weird now. Usually this lip product is completely unscented, and it's one of my favorite liquid lip products on the market. This is old, especially for a lip product. I find the one good thing to happen out of this pandemic, I guess, is that it's such a strong division in time. You know, there was time, you know, there was life before the pandemic, and then there's life now, like after and during the pandemic. And this was a before the pandemic lip purchase, at least 2 years before the pandemic. So it's an oldie, and I know it's time to let it go because it does not smell good. Usually the Giorgio Armani Lip Maestros have 0 scent, and now this smells like Elmer's glue. So it's time to let it go. If I do miss this color, I can certainly get the look by just dabbing on a little bit of the Tower 28 Happy Hour just on my lips, and I can kind of get the same look. I'm also letting go of this Lancome liquid lipstick. This is the L'Absolu Rouge Drama Ink in the shade French Tea. This is still good, there's nothing wrong with it, but I realized I'd never reach for this product because of the scent. And it just has that like old school rose lipstick scent that I think almost all Lancome lip products have. And I don't know, I feel like this scent didn't used to bother me, but now it just really, really bothers me. Now I know not to make the same mistake. Now I know to really not even bother trying and buying a lip product that has this particular type of rose scent, because I know that over time I'm just not going to be reaching for the lipsticks with that scent. I will always choose a lipstick with a scent that I really love over a lipstick with a scent that I don't really love. So even if the color is like really, really beautiful, there are so many lipsticks out there. And also, you know, mixing and matching different shades, I can definitely get this colored look using other stuff that I have. Namely, if I mix these 2 colors, these are lipsticks that I, you know, formulas that I really, really like. If I mix Merit Cabo and Merit Slip, the look on the lips is very similar to what this Lancome lipstick looked like on my lips. So, problem solved. I'm usually not a big declutter person. I kind of constantly edit my makeup collection. I try to, you know, sanitize things and keep things in good condition as long as I can, and I don't take decluttering lightly. I don't want to be really, really wasteful, and I also don't want to kind of perpetuate that cycle of, you know, letting go of a lot of stuff and then just buying a lot of stuff or getting new stuff in PR and just filling my drawers again. I want to be a little bit more conscious of the new items that I'm bringing into my life, whether it's items that I'm buying myself or items that I'm accepting from brands. I'm just trying to be better and trying to only bring in stuff that I genuinely love and genuinely will continue using. And the goal is to use up the product to completion and enjoy it and give it the love that it deserves. And that's kind of what I try to do online. I try to inspire you to enjoy what you have, love what you have, and make better buying decisions for you going forward. Thanks for watching. Thanks for hanging out with me today. If you are also doing Project Pan with me this year, give me a little update in the comment section below. Let me know if you've used anything up. I hope you're having a great day, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.